My bones were brought here to be secreted away. A woman, a powerful sorceress, wept over them. She lamented for all those fallen, while serving a knight by the name of Baldwin. All those cloven by dwarven axes, or pierced by the spears of the undead. The mourner's magic protected those warriors slain by the necromancers. But centuries have passed, and all that is left of her tears are the ghost lilies.
So that's why only ghost lilies grow here.
Yes, they are but an echo of those time-worn spells. The fair knight Baldwin led the Marcellan army into battle. This is the spot where Baldwin's protector perished. A squire whose name has been lost to the centuries fought to protect his master until his wounds forced him to the ground. The last thing he saw, before his eyes went black, were the last of Morkult's units fleeing back to Rigurn.
Ha! This is a story of my luckless ancestor Morkult, huh? It's been 500 years, and still it comes up.
Yes, in truth, it was a long time ago. So that's what. It was I, Nesevra the Sorcerer, who learned King Maximus was absent on a mission to conquer the elves, and led the undead to the walls of Marcella. What would the Dukes of Rigurn, Hugo, and Morkult do without me? Those good-for-nothings. They are but dust under the boots of the mighty Masters of Death. Thus thought I, but twin lightning bolts from two of Nevedis' sorceresses reduced me to ash. Separately, I would have thrashed either of them.
Does the mighty Master of Death still remember his oath? Will you serve the blood of Rigor as you did before?
I long for vengeance on all those who lived while I lay dead. You will be but the first victim of the mighty Nesevra.
Oh, I can smell the ghost lilies. Did you bring enough?
I sure did. I went all around the swamp, breathing all kinds of rancid stuff.
That's all right. It'll wear off. And for problems that don't wear off so easily, I have something left from my days in the capital and a few other things I made myself. I hope they'll be useful for you.
I need your approval to arrange a donation of grain for the refugees from the Mage Factory. They're starving, you know.
Yes, why not do a good deed? I approve. Let everybody know it. Are you heading to the Mage's Tower? I've a request for you.
What is it?
I understand. You have your own tasks. But is there any way you could check something for me? I'm worried about my niece.
What happened to her?
Her name's Yvonne. I haven't seen her for 10 days now. She said she was heading to the tower to meet a friend. Of course, she's an adult now, but I'm still worried.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm tired of living here. How much longer must we slave away from...
I'm here about the grain for the Mage Factory refugees. The healer gave her consent.
Well, yes, of course. I'll always support a kind deed.
Grain. Starving refugees. The village can help.
As if we don't have enough problems of our own.
My good man. Everyone's in favor of this charitable act. The smith, the healer, that Garrick of yours. What makes you an exception?
Have they now? All in favor, are they? Well, I guess I am too. Let's feed these unfortunates. Cost be damned. Tell Garrick to load up the cart.
Brigville's ways are certainly curious. A brother and sister quarreling for 7 years.
As if every family in Gloucester lives.
I got the support of everyone on the list. What now?
See, there are no bad people in our village. We'll get those refugees fed after all. Soon their bellies will be bloated with wholesome food instead of malnutrition. We don't need a card. I made arrangements with a trusted contact outside Marcella. I'll send him a message and he'll get the victuals to you in due course. Meanwhile, let's talk about how the refugees are going to repay us.
Oh. Something in line with the Serpent people? Tyranny, slavery, shackles.
Order is order. Let them fix our mill, and Kamos can always use some extra hammering at his smithy. That way they won't be parasites, but working people just like us.
Brigville's ways are certainly curious. A brother and sister quarreling for 7 years.
As if every family in Gloucester lives.
They go at
Important person.
is so good. I could just eat until I...
Bread! From Garrick!
Wonderful!
Your brother was a big help. We finally have enough food for everyone.
Has Garrick's grain arrived yet?
Yes, we have plenty of food now. I cannot even fathom how to properly thank you for your help. Luckily, my little Willie came to my aid.
What, is he solemnly going to present me his bird-shaped whistle?
The other day, Willie was digging for worms by the river when he chanced upon an ancient ring. After I washed away the dirt, it turned out to be quite a thing of beauty. Please accept it as a token of our gratitude. Oh, and the refugees discovered something interesting over across the fields. Would you mind taking a look?
As you can see, things are definitely improving in the refugee camp. Some generous folks from Rickville donated bread, and even promised employment for you. I held up my end of the bargain. Now you do the same.
It's time for me to go. There's no reason for me to stay here anymore.
What do you mean, go? You agreed to tell me about the Mage Factory, or don't you recall?
Yes, I must tell you. It's just that my missus... But what do you care about her, right? Let's get straight to the meat of the matter. I'll tell you everything I saw myself and heard from others. But don't get your hopes up. I don't know who made it happen, nor why. Still, I can tell you about one of the culprits. Listen. The guards often let outsiders in for a fee. There were visitors that night, too. Ulagi knows what they were doing there, but it seems there was some kind of explosion. The way to the main gate was blocked. We were attacked by, I don't know, monsters. I never saw anything like them before. It was a massacre. Fortunately, I knew where to run. I managed to save myself and the others.
That's it? Who should I look for next?
Find Titus, a centurion from the Mage Factory. I'm sure that blackguard knows far more than I do. I know not who he answers to, nor who paid him. But when everyone bolted for the gates, neither Titus nor his guards were there. He left everyone behind to be torn apart. He knew what was going to happen and fled. It's his fault.
He panicked like all the others. You too ran without looking back.
Yes, I ran. While my wife stayed there in the magic shop. She was on the night shift, you see, while I slept. I left her. Not a day, not an hour has passed that I do not think about her. But while we wandered, all these people needed my help. I couldn't leave them either. But now I'm going back to find her. And no quarantine will keep me away. Mark my words.
Won't you help us?
You're the one who brought us bread? May Eliu protect you.
I've been thinking, how can I repay you for your help? We have nothing.
Clearly.
Still, I do have an idea. I found a place not many know about. Until recently, I thought it was just a rumor. And then I found it. It's a mysterious dungeon filled with magic, treasure, artifacts, and such things.
You've seen this with your own eyes? I find that hard to believe.
Well, no, I haven't actually seen it. I'm smart enough to stay away from danger. There's this spook at the entrance. Terrifying. Like a guard dog. He frightens everyone who tries to enter. But why guard an empty dungeon? There must be something valuable inside.
Exactly where is this dungeon of yours?
I'll show you on the map. It's not far. Maybe there'll be some magic that'll help restore the mage factories. That'd be great. By the way, there are rumors that Bludgeon already sent his boys in there, led by a certain Lucky. Be careful.
I'm performing
bread
good
is
deeds
so
for a
good.
change.
I could just
Should I make it a habit?
Hey, heard the new joke about the savior of Nostria? On the road, armored head to toe. And the savior sees 3 fools from Gloucester who can't share a ball of yarn.
The new recruits, huh?
So how much is there? Will it last a week?
Glad to meet you, friends. Have you been here long?
I'm tired of living here. How much longer must we slave away for that torch?
Look at you, the Mage Factory's captain of the guard, and such a poor liar.
What do you mean?
A charge of treason, Titus. But to be honest, I still don't know. What are you, really? Are you a coward who deserted his post in a crisis? Or a villain who deliberately doomed the people of Mon Patry?
Very well. You win. Let me unburden my conscience. 2 aristocrats came to the Mage Factory that night, their faces hidden under masks. They had a guest pass from Palatinus, the mage from the lab who's in charge of poisons. Then there was an explosion that made the ground shake. We're guards, you know, not heroes. We ran so fast you'd think Ulogi was chasing us.
Of what use are you to me? You saw nothing.
Of course I bolted. Do you have any idea what Palatinus is capable of? I do. One of my men once stepped in a colorful puddle near the laboratory. He and the man in the bunk next to him suffered a horrible death. 2 more lost their minds. And for what? For the good of Nostria and His Majesty? That night I heard cries from Palatinus' laboratory. An explosion and some shouts were enough for me. I ran and took my people with me. I ran as far as I could.
So, this is all the fault of that mage, Palatinus. Can you prove it?
What do you think? Here it is, the guest letter, with his signature and his personal seal. Take it. Hang me or pardon me, your choice. I might be a coward, but our spears are of no use against poison.
Hello. Is your horse sick? I'm quite experienced in...
Your brother Edgar sent me.
Oh, how clever, sending someone on an errand like that.
Whatever happened, the 2 of you will always be family. Holding a grudge against him isn't worth it.
He betrayed that which is truly sacred. Edgar uses druidic powers to torture living souls. He catches these forest creatures. He warps their wild natures. Oh, I don't even want to say it. He trains them to hunt and kill. Druidic powers are supposed to reinforce harmony. They are about wisdom, silence, woods, and water.
Surely you'd rather have peace. than continue to sulk like wayward children.
Do you think this has been easy for me? My soul is ever restless. I used to meditate for hours at the foot of the 1,000-year oak. Peace, light. Now the oak is afflicted by a disease, and I am useless. I can't even perform a simple healing ritual.
I need to think about it, I guess.